Hey, my name's Eric. I'm making a game and I'm in the final stages. Polishing this thing up and getting it released. 29 days left. It's been a 4-year effort. Every day for 572 in a row I made progress on it. No days off. Now I'm coming down to the end of it. And there's just little things, little loose ends. The game plays from beginning to end. It's got all the features in it now. There's no features left to code. What's left is fixing bugs. That's it. Maybe a little bit of polish here and there, but pretty much it's just fixing bugs. And not even like a lot of bugs. A medium-sized amount of bugs. Totally an amount I can get fixed within 29 days. And then I'll release it January 1st. If you want, you can play the demo now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till January 1st, 2022. You do not have to wait. You can go to the Steam page for the Godkiller Chapter 1. If you just put that in the search engine, DuckDuckGo, or Google, my second choice, you type in the Godkiller. Godkiller is one word, Chapter 1. Or there's a link down here, cspacelabs.com. Yeah, you'll find it. You'll find it. It's up there on Steam. Just go to Steam, get the demo. You can play it. All right. Let's show and tell. So I finished last night adding in all of the achievements for Chapter 1. It's kind of sad. I just resized it and it doesn't show as many achievements now. Let me see if I can finagle it so it shows the maximum number of achievements inside of Steam that is going to be visible over the broadcast area. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. You get the idea. Wait, what about this? Does that... No. Okay. It's pretty good responsive design they put together on this thing. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of achievements. They're hooked up inside the game. They pop up as you play, if you earn them. 23 of them. I picked all the ones that I thought would be possible to kind of inadvertently get them without actually knowing what they were, because I plan to add a whole bunch more achievements in a second round in a patch. And the second round of achievements, those ones will be like little puzzles to solve inside of the levels. And I'm thinking what I really want to do is organize a contest around ideas for achievements and make a lot of the achievements that I add in the game in the patch next year be player submitted, fan submitted. By the way, if you are interested in kind of getting into the ground floor of the community for this game, there's a Discord server, and it's not a ghost town at all. There's a fair amount of talking on it. For pre-release, it's pretty well populated. So we got like not a whole bunch of users on at one time, but there's probably about 20 people that check in every other day, something like that. It's a whole bunch of voice actors that worked on the game that did voices for it that pop in on the regular. They're kind of extra cool. We got some puzzle game nerds in here. We got some devs. I say puzzle game nerds. I'm a puzzle game nerd. But a puzzle game nerd is someone who not only likes puzzle games, but has strong opinions about what should be in puzzles and which ones are good and which ones are bad. And that's my roots. I come from a different community that I created up called, well, the game is called Drod, and the community is the Caravel forums. This stuff over here. And when we had everything rocking, I mean, it's still got a lot of traffic too, but we had everything rocking, there'd be like, maybe 100 people checking in every day, something like that. And I don't know, we built it up before for this other game I made. I think I can do it again. This is not my company anymore. I sold it to my business partner, Mike Reimer. Did a fine job of taking over and keeping it going. But yeah, we got, 10,000 registered members and 400,000 posts, that kind of thing. So I think we can build up a nice little community around this game too. It may not reach the heights of the Caravel Forum in Drud. It's all right. Anyways, if you want to join our Discord server, the easiest way to get to it is just follow the URL at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You don't have to type in the whole thing. You just type in cspacelabs.com, and it's going to take you to information that will include Discord server links and stuff like that. And you're welcome to join the Discord server, and you'll probably be pleasantly surprised at what you find there. No, wait a minute. Let me not overhype it. You're going to hate it. It's going to suck. Okay. So what I want to do tonight for a couple hours is knock out little bugs. Because one thing I'm noticing is that I'm having to spend a fair amount of time scrolling through this thing. It would be nice to just clear the clutter a bit. So let me set this filter here to have all the ones that are just mere minutes to complete. Now, out of these, let's look at priorities too. Here's one that's high. Let's go do this one first. I'm going to get rid of as many of these little bugs as I can tonight. There will be mild to medium spoilers tonight. So I'm showing like, here's a level. I'll try not to show plot events. I'll try not to show solutions. If I'm about ready to show something like that, I'll call it out. Occurs to me I should have like some kind of screen that can pop up in OBS, like spoilers. So if you're scanning through a video, you might see it. I don't know. If you're scanning through a video and picking random spots in it, you're kind of fucked anyway. So there'll be spoilers. But I try to put at the description of the video, if someone's coming back to watch it, I try to put in something that says spoilers, so they don't ruin their experience. Okay, so let me look at this bug again. Second story balcony allows an east fling onto a wall and bypassing the puzzle. I wonder if I already fixed this. If not, pretty easy to fix it. Oh, I hit the play button. I'm just waiting for it to load.
They look like angels. Are angels a real thing?
Okay, this is the second floor here. Well, look at that. That one is courtesy of Ryan RoboBob 3000 Barry. He's actually a very good tester. Okay. My favorite kind of bug. Higher priority, but easy to fix. Because I can feel like I've greatly improved the game. With just a little bit of work. I definitely don't want to be able to circumvent the solution to this level. This is a puzzle game, by the way, if you didn't know. You solve puzzles in it. There is a kind of an action feel to it, but you've got as much time as you want to make decisions. And you're basically thinking through a plan to get to this exit on each level. And there's going to be various obstacles. It's a very three-dimensional game. You go up and down the level quite a bit. Yeah, there's some block pushing involved. There's enemies that move around and they only move after you move, and finding a way to get past them, stuff like that. So yeah, lots of story too. So this I could fix by just putting rails here. It could be symmetrical and put it on this side too. Probably a good idea because there's the drop over there. Another way I could do is put spikes over here. So if I put spikes over there, then it doesn't clutter up this view much. But is that clutter to have rails? I think it is, because I only got so many rails in this level. So I'll go light on the rails, and I'll just put some spikes over here. That's what I'll do. That's the best fix for it, in my opinion. And I'm the expert in my game, so boom. And I do kind of like the idea that when you fling yourself to the east and you see you landed on some spikes that were specifically put there, it's a little bit like me saying to the player, nice try, nice try. It's like, I appreciate the effort, but that's not going to work. That's kind of fun. And then also they get maybe a little bit of satisfaction knowing that they're properly testing the limits of the game. Maybe a little bit of respect that somebody thought to make that particular way through unavailable to them. So that's my thought with the spikes. Whereas if I put rails here, it's a little, I don't know, I don't get all the same benefits I just described. Let's see if that actually fixes it. Okay. There we go. And one other plus, you get to see a little more of the level this way too. You can head over to the right and then you get like a slightly extended view. I mean, it look more like that. So that's one bug down. This one we get to say on, and I can click this to have it disappear. Oh, but there's one other thing I should do. Bring that back. Which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah, this one. I gotta put this to 0 because that changes underneath this little guy here to show me how far ahead of schedule or behind schedule I am. Let's set this down to 23. Honestly, I should count these evenings as half days. So I'll do 22.5. It's hard to calculate this number actually because I've got about 40 hours a week I can spend on it. Except I've got some vacation time too. So with most all of December in front of me, if I didn't have any vacation, it would be a little less than 20 days left. But I also have I also have 5 days of vacation. So this number is actually on the low side. Let me just bring this up one more time. Okay, so here's where we're at. Okay, this is, honestly, this is like 1, 2, 3. 3 days left there. 8, 11, and then let's not even count these two here for Christmas, because I'll be occupied with Christmas stuff. I mean, I will do some token work, but I won't count extra on this week. So 11 plus 5, 16. Then here I get a nice ka-chunka. All of this is mine. Ka-chunka. I'll put in like 60 hours, 80 hours that week, whatever it takes to get this thing done. Okay, so I was at 18. And then I'm just, it's like 28 days there. No, you're not going to work 80 hours. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. It's fucking release week. Fucking, we're going up on this. 28. Okay, so we're doing fine. Ahead of schedule. Okay. Take the status down to not show what's done. And then we still got the effort down there. Minutes. Okay. This one actually seems fairly important, and it's fresh in my head. There's a little bit of unwanted extra movement with the joystick in a certain combo. Let me go to a level that I'll design specifically to reproduce this bug. Go to test stairs. This level was originally created to test stairs, and now I just use it to test everything. Okay, get rid of some of this junk. I don't need it all. Well, I do want those stairs though. Yeah, let's get rid of all the grates. They're kind of confusing to look at. Or catwalks, I'm calling them now. Yeah, I don't need all these blocks. Let's get rid of, not the block pad, just the blocks. Okay. Then to test this kind of quickly, I think we do that. And let's turn this one around. Okay, and then I'm kind of tired of this gap here falling through all the time. So let's just close it up. There we go. Don't need to have that gap there now. Okay. Pre-process that. It's probably not going to pick up all the height map stuff that I need, but let's just try it. Start out, I just want a repo. A repro, for people new to software, a repro is a reproduction of a defect in the software, a bug. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I need to, whenever I modify a mesh, I need to do this pre-process level one more time. Behaving pretty nice right now. There's no repeat on it. Which is what I want, really. I do not have a repro yet. Maybe it wasn't the extra fling. Maybe it was pushing a block. Let's throw a block on there, make it an A block so it comes back up here. And, all right, unpack this guy. There we go. No, it's really good about not repeating. So what did I see earlier? That might have been something. Hold on, let me see that. Okay, there's something like I fling over, and then I release the fling button, and immediately it repeats. That's kind of expected if I'm still pushing in that direction. I mean, I could fix it with a cooldown. That might be the way to do it. Just say you let up off the fling. There's like a quarter-second cooldown before you can move again. Except, like, it feels really easy to control this, so I don't know. Yeah, it feels really, real easy. It's just when I let up and I'm still... If I let up on the fling before I let up on the direction, then it immediately pushes. That kind of thing. Okay. So this is the thing with inputs I'm learning, is a lot of the nicer touches to them are in a way disrespecting the literal thing that the player asked you to do. There's this thing called coyote time on platform games where you're jumping around and somebody comes up to the edge of something and in their mind they think they've hit the jump button before they went to the very edge of that cliff and fell off. They figured they were right at the edge, they hit the jump, and then... But actually, what happened is they went over the edge and they pressed the jump button just a millisecond afterwards. And what smart developers do is they say close enough. We'll let you hang in the air for a millisecond, for 3 frames, for something like that. And if you have pressed the button during that slight coyote time period, it comes from Warner Brothers, as a character that's famous for having seconds after he is run off the edge of a cliff to notice that he has done that, and he's suspended until he looks down and sees, oh shit, there's a big drop beneath me, and then he falls. So that's what coyote time comes from. For all the youngsters that have not watched their Warner Brothers cartoons. So I think this might be a coyote time situation. Player goes. Player goes. And there must be like a period of time after they've let off the fling button where I say, we're just not going to accept commands right away. Not right away. It could be real short, this period of time. And I'm sort of training myself right now not to do the thing that players are going to do. It's pretty easy to train yourself, but I'm not thinking about the person who's committed to playing the game and is going to teach themselves to play it well. I'm thinking of the person who's just trying the game out. Do I like this? Maybe the demo, they haven't even bought it yet. I said, do I like this? The controls are kind of janky. I don't like them. Controls are making me do things I don't want to do, even though it was them and their own dumb fingers and brain that made it happen. That thing. Okay. So I think there needs to be a cooldown. Post-fling. Where no commands are accepted, or not post-fling, post-release of fling button. Post fling cooldown equals, let's make it real small. Let's make it super small. So 0.1 is a tenth of a second. A 100 milliseconds. 0.05 is 50 milliseconds. That's the amount of time if you counted to 20 within 1 second. And you can't even do it. No human can do that. That's pretty fast. I'm gonna start with that. We'll see how it goes. Okay. And then we'll need to keep some state. Float. I always like to do not the start of an event, if I can, in performance critical code like this, but the end of it. So we'll say post fling cooldown end time. That's wordy, but that is specifically what I mean. And also we need is post fling cool down. Okay. Game input, controls, blah 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 blah. Fling input. Okay, all that stuff. Can I come down to this? Let me see if calling code is better for this. Okay. This is gonna return okay. That's how you do it. Say if not is fling and Reusable command. Is fling mode active? Post fling cooldown end time equals now plus post fling cooldown, and we are just going to say is post fling cooldown equals true. And I can actually make this a little bit nicer. I can say is post fling cooldown equals these two things together. Okay. Then I could set this command to say we're not flinging anymore. We are not flinging. Does this check direction input set the DC and DR? Oh, okay. That's something I should probably do. Okay, let's just set that up here. Oh, and I don't have to do that because command type is going to be none. Okay. So if command type is none, that means there's no walking. So here we say if is post fling cooldown, then we set the time when it's done, just a little bit later, and we return without checking for any movement directions. Return reusable command. There we go. This might be enough to fix it. I think I've got an error up here. Yep. Coming back. Come on, Unity. There you are doing something. Okay, good. Now let's try this control again. See if it fixes it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that one I pushed my luck a little bit. But the cooldown is real. Yeah. Yeah. I think I got the number right too, the cooldown. I mean, I can tweak with it. Let me try going up higher. We'll just go a whole friggin' tenth of a second, 100 milliseconds. Let's just do that. Oh, there's part of me that wants to know how far is too far, because that informs what the best optimal cooldown would be. But just let me see if 0.1 feels good. I suspect it's going to feel good. I expect it's a little bit better than 0.05. I also have to consider the other case, which is what if somebody really does want to move really fast after they let up off. I didn't make it like every fling has a cooldown at the end of it. I made it every release of a fling has a cooldown, which is okay. That felt pretty good. So I can go fast like that. There's no wait. really does feel good. Now that time, it didn't feel like, it felt a little bit like it didn't protect me enough. Okay, let's go really high on the cooldown. Also, it's a way of proving that it's not just in my head, because this stuff is really subtle. Like the timing with my fingers and my brain and everything. It's subtle, and you can kind of fool yourself into thinking, okay, there's been a change, but there might be some problem with my logic in the input handling. Okay. I'm gonna take some notes on what seemed good. 0.1 F seems good. Maybe not protective enough. You gotta be more shorthand. Good. 1F. Okay, that should be ridiculously long, but let's try it. I need to know what's too much in order to find what is the best. Huh. So it might have all been in my head. That's supposed to be a 1 second cooldown. As soon as I let up, it smashed it. So something's wrong with my logic. Okay, I did fool myself. I placeboed myself. Because something is not actually working as I intended. That's a long time, a second. A second should be very detectable. So let's double check this. This is saying if we're not flinging, but we were flinging, then we're going to start a cooldown. Oh. Here's the problem. It comes back on the next time through. It sets us to false. So we could do or equal on it. That's the way to do it, actually. So this will say if it's already true, just keep it true. Also, is it going to OR the whole thing? Okay, it will. But if it is false currently, then let's evaluate this, and then we'll set this. Okay. So now I should do something dramatically different. Yeah, I gave myself a placebo pill, and I extolled its virtues. Who knows? This may be garbage code. This may be terrible. Cooldown got me there. Wait a minute. Now I can't do any movement. There's no reset on the cooldown. Okay. Oh, because I didn't equal. Duh. I'm just coding shitty right now. Well, I mean, more than that. Okay, my logic is I gotta slow down and think this out correctly because I'm making multiple errors here. Multiple errors. Because this code here should only be executed the first time this happens. Okay, so I gotta make it go back to what it was. If we're not flinging anymore, but we used to be, then let's do this. Post fling cooldown equals true. Okay. Then we set this guy. Now we say if we're in cooldown either on this iteration or previous one, let's evaluate. Let's see. Is post fling cooldown equals time is less than post fling cooldown end time. Okay. Now here I could do another if to check to see if we're past the cooldown, but this loop is going to run at least 60 frames per second. So, I mean, I'll just let it catch it on the next loop. That keeps my code here a little simpler. Okay, I feel like this has a 78% chance of working, but the cooldown won't be super too long. But that's okay. Like I said, I do need to find a cooldown that's too much. Okay, yeah, I felt that cooldown there. Okay, so let's do it the stubborn way, the stubborn test where I just never let up off the joystick in the direction I'm going. Okay, letting go of the fling button. There we go. That was the intended effect. It's just the amount of time it waits is too long. Okay. So let's go back and do 0.1, my magic placebo number. I don't know if it's good. 1F. Def too much. And I would have put this in a property in a mono behavior to just be able to tweak it at runtime, but the game input class is not a mono behavior, so it's sort of like a toss-up. How much extra time do I spend waiting for compiles versus how much time do I spend writing a mono behavior that passes a value to it? This is feeling pretty good. If I let go of the button, I can see a tiny little delay before it pushes, but I think it's the right kind of delay. Would it be good for it to be a little bit longer? I know 1 is way too much. I know 0.1 feels good, feels easy to control. Yeah, it feels like you gotta be a bit of a brute to get that extra step to happen. Like you gotta be sort of very coarse about it. Like, It doesn't feel that accidental. It feels like a 3-year-old. It's like, continuing to push. Someone who's not very coordinated. Someone who is probably going to have other troubles with this game if they need a longer cooldown. But just to prove I've gone too far, so I know that 0.1 is a good number, I go up to 0.2. Nice. Okay, let's go to 0.2. If it feels worse to me, then I will go back to 0.1. And I'll call it good. That'll be the end of experimentation. If 0.2 feels worse than 0.1, I will call this bug fixed. I should also test out the D-pad and keyboard because a similar, the same control system and cooldown is applied to those too. So I'll try those in a second as well. Here's the thing though. So maybe I'll hold my hands up over here a little bit so you can see what's going on. So I'm pressing on this button here to make the fling rays go out, which allows me to do this flinging motion. I guess if I was going to be more conventional, I'd call it dash. People seem to have used that verb for other games. Okay, then I fling by moving in one of the directions. And when I let go of this fling button, that's when the cooldown button starts. Or that's when the cooldown happens and I can't issue any movements during that time. So, this is not an arcade game. It's a puzzle game. The thing that I was musing about is maybe I'm right to skew it more towards protecting against the accidental movement. See, that didn't feel that good right there. That did not feel good, that extra delay. So I was like, I'm flinging, then I want to keep going over that. Let me try it this way. Nah, that felt sluggish. Okay, back to 0.1. Okay, so I thought like maybe there wouldn't be any comeuppance to making this number large. Or at least I knew 1 was too much. But I thought there's sort of a minimum amount of time before you switch to another command that just a human has to wait for. But the case where this lower number is better is where you intend to continue in the same direction you've already got the joystick held down. If that is your intent, then it feels bad to wait 0.2 seconds, to wait 200 milliseconds. Now my hope is that 0.1, seems good. 0.1's a happy medium. Okay. So I'm going to play with this just a little more. If it still feels... See, that didn't feel bad. Now let me try it on the stairs. So there's a little delay there. I saw it. I felt it. But it's much more acceptable. And I feel like that's the right balance point for the other thing I don't want to happen. The accidental continuation after you let off the fling button. So it's basically coyote time. It's another form of coyote time. It just doesn't have to do with falling off of a cliff. You could say the analogy would be when you let off of the fling button, you've stepped off the edge of the cliff, and if you want your next action to be... Anyways, I'm trying too hard. Okay, let's do D-pad testing. Works as expected, feels right. I do kind of like this diagonal D-padding craziness. It's not really going diagonal, it's issuing two commands, up, left, up, left, up, left. And I don't know why it doesn't work in this way, but it's sort of just kind of a feature anyways that it would work in the other way. I don't even know why it does. I would have thought it would just have picked one direction and stuck with it. I don't really know why it does that, but I do kind of like it. The only bad thing is, like, if I go up and left, it doesn't continue to do that. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. That's not a real issue. Diagonal movement is not a thing in this game. Okay, so let's try it with the keyboard, see if I'm still happy. Yep, feels right. Coyote time. Okay, that one's done. Okay, so this one goes 2-0, and it gets to be called done. Okay, then let's do this. All right. Okay. Well, let's find out when it's medium. The dialogue with Quinzo continues even if Van walks away. That's one. I think I fixed this one. One area to the loose area can be solved with the railing. Let's... Okay. This one I actually fixed. Done. Let's go to the glyphery. There's 2 bugs there. I can clear out 2 of them. Little bit of spoiler in this, just the level's fairly unique. There's some stuff going on at the... I don't know, is it plot? I don't know. There's a little bit of surprise in this level. Okay, let me see if I can just spot this win-lose area stuff that the tester is informing me of. And I may have already fixed this too. You can't lose or win. Okay. I think I did fix it with rails. If you were here, I think you initially were able to just fling over there. From here, fling this way, but I won't get anywhere. So it's, if you're here, can you get, he says win to lose, is that what he said? This is Ryan again. Win area to the lose area. Win area is on the left. I think I did fix that one. I'm gonna mark it fixed. Because I see no way it could be done now. Let me be a little more thorough. I'll go into the... Let's see if I can find in this giant ass thing on the glyphery possible. Okay. So then let's go back to Discord in the channel. What? I don't want to watch a video right now. Okay. Jump to there. Let me try a different phrase. Possible to push a block. Let's go against. Wait a minute, I'm searching on the wrong thing. Okay, so possible to jump from the win area. Okay. Oh, look what he's showing me. Totally different solution. Yeah, I got this fixed up. I bet I don't have this one. Good old RoboBob. Yeah. Real easy fix though. Good spot, RoboBob. So just put a rail, and it's going to be our rail northeast. Okay, do a nice little rail end here, which is a cosmetic thing. Okay, unpack that. There we go. That fixes that. Okay. Then there's a thing about pushing a block. I think I wrote some code that said you cannot push a block at somebody. I think that fixed it, but we'll double check it. Done. Well, one thing to check. Do I have the player in pacifist mode? Yes. Okay. So if she's in pacifist mode, let's find a place where it's possible to push a block towards a philosopher. This would be one. I don't know if that would trigger the behavior that's needed, though. That sealed off. No way to get on the pushing side of these blocks. Here we could. Here we could. Alright, so let me cheat a little bit. Drag M, the player-controlled character, over to here so that she can just climb up the steps and wreak some havoc. Alright, we'll see how this goes. You know what? The cool thing about this level is the audio. I'm going to turn off the audio. It's like a song. It's a song that plays, but I'm going to leave it out of the experience because I don't want to spoil things for people. Fleeing. Okay, I should not be able to push that block. Why am I able to push that block? That would be the question. You know what? I could do a very big general fix to this whole thing. I could. Or I could do a real simple, cheap fix. And I'm in the mood for simple and cheap. There's another level I'll get to in the next chapter where I'll have to tighten it up and make it so that M cannot fling a block at another person. But I don't need to do that yet. I do not need to do it yet. There's going to be another way that I can fix this, just by positioning things a little bit differently. That will do it. It's impossible to push these blocks at this philosopher. Let's take M and just move her back. I am being a little bit cocky here. I'm so confident that that fix will work. I'm not going to test it. I wouldn't normally do that, but I'm pretty confident. Okay, save that. Let's call that done. Turn it up. I gotta remember to do it. It's done, not fixed. Okay. Okay, looking at the medium ones. Oh, it's down to 1 page. Nice. Nice. What is my wife trying to show me? Yeah, she just wants to show me a video. I'll watch it later. She's sharing with me. Okay, so tonight I feel like I could do all the medium low effort bugs. Let's go to this Billy West Fork dialogue starring while Emma's in East Pit. I do feel like maybe I don't want to do all of the low effort bugs all in one go, even if I could, because that'll leave me no simple bugs to fix when there's some night that I'm just trashed. I always like to have some little bit of work I can get done in the game, so if I remove all of those, I'm not in a good spot in some ways. But let's go to windings. I can do all the medium priority ones, I think. This one is very story heavy, very plot heavy. I'm actually debugging the story and plot, so spoilers are inevitable for me to fix this bug. Spoilers. Okay. So let me think. How do I reproduce this? Let's first find the bug report, just in case there's extra information there. Jump. Billy West Fork dialogue starting while M is in East Pit. Let me just see if I can reproduce that. It's probably as simple as adding a call to just silence all the dialogue. Let's see. So what the hell is this? Yeah, it's gonna be those fork guards, those goddamn fork guards. It's another bug. I just want to fix that bug to get rid of the noise and also to fix a bug. Yeah. Okay, so for this, just they don't need to do anything in this level. That's the thing. They don't need to say anything. Okay, now does that fix it? Yeah. No, it does not. It does not. It does not. God damn it. Quinzo. Quinzo doesn't have his face. Well, I don't like that at all. What the hell? that's wrong. Let's just get rid of this guy and bring in a fresh prefab. The overrides are messing it up. Okay. Boom. There we go. There's my man, Quenzo. Ooh, secret. Okay, let's try that. Play it. Drifter. Small problem with the demo. It drives at 4K. Since my monitor's at the resolution on my old GTX 660, and I get about 5 frames per second. Huh. Okay, so you're talking about the demo of my game. Yeah, okay. Thank you for trying it out. Thank you. Huh. Interesting. With interesting being a euphemism for, God damn it, fucking bullshit. Shit, fucking top. Yeah, so I thought a little bit about having a resolution changer built into the game, because my feeling is that if you went down to like 1080, it would be pretty fast. Another thing that might be slowing it down is the shader that evaluates every pixel on the screen and determines whether or not it's going to put an outline around it. I mean, that would be a sad thing to disable, but maybe I should have that as an option. Huh. I appreciate it. Wow. Well, thank you. Let me make a note of this. So let's go to the bugs. I'm not saying necessarily that I'm gonna get a fix for this, but I do want to record it. Okay. On a large monitor, 4K, graphics card, this GTX 660 runs at about 5 frames per second. So I went back and forth on that a little bit. One reason I went back and forth on it was there's another app that I use that changes my resolution, and it correctly changes the resolution. It hasn't done anything wrong. Yet other apps on the OS fuck up as a result of changing the resolution while they're running. And my thought was, I just don't want like some twerpy kid someplace with a bad attitude saying this game like makes all my other apps crash, when it's not really my game's fault. for changing the resolution. It's just that there's so many apps in the world that do not handle well when you change resolution when they're running. So that was my big pause on that. I don't know. Have you seen like other games that have resolution change options? It feels like a risky thing to put in for that reason I just described. I think I've seen some that have that old Unity window, which they took out, like right when it starts. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I will be interested in the results that you come up with. And I'm still kind of bothered by this idea that somebody who's got like just a slightly older configuration or a little bit weird is not going to be able to run it, and it'll be slow. And I looked at like some different options for how to make it faster. One of them I did do was changing like I can't remember if I changed it to forward rendering or away from forward rendering. With my real-time lighting, it works better with one of those modes. That like doubled the frame rate. The one that I looked at that really could use a lot of optimization is the draw calls, but I won't be able to safely make those changes in this last month before release. So there's probably going to be a patch post-release that's going to have some more options for running better on non-optimal hardware. Also, I'm kind of sad that I've got a whole bunch of updates that you don't see in the demo yet. I mean, they're just nice quality of game improvements, but they're coming. Just for efficiency, I'm probably going to release the game and update the demo all at the same time. So it takes a while to do all that build management stuff around Steam. Okay. Let's see. So I got... Okay, that took care of those errors. Now let me see... very cool, actually. Very cool. There is a player log file, a standard one that Unity creates, and it records hardware configuration stuff inside of that too. So if we get serious about this, we might figure out like sharing that file over. Okay, so is he talking? The original bug was... Okay, when we get back home... Alright, she's excusing herself. Okay, now the queen's got to talk. So let her get through her spiel. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so she's excusing herself from Billy. So I think I added something there. Let's see. Got the volume turned off on purpose just in case somebody pops in and they don't want to have stories spoiled for them. I know there is one part in this where his dialogue is no longer interruptible. Drifter, always good to hear from you. He's gonna get to the end though. Okay. Okay, there we go. No, she excused herself. It's very polite. The dialogue stopped. So I think fix that. I feel like I got a little cheap on the animation there. It seems like she ought to be pushing against the axle. Just staying in place. I'm pushing the keys, but she's not doing anything like with her body to make it look she's pushing. I'm not going to call that a bug. I'm not going to call that a feature that I want to put in for release. Okay. I suspect that I fixed this bug a while back. I think if I find that there's a silence all command when she drops to the pit, then I'll call it good. Okay, so this is the level controller. There's going to be some different zones. An active zone changed. Midpoint, waypoint, queen area, pit. Okay. If state less than Quinzo left room. Silence everything. Okay, that is handling it. I was not able to get a repro, and I see the code which should do exactly what I needed it to do. And that bug was reported before I reworked this level controller substantially. So I'm going to call this bug closed. And I might reopen it later if it pops up again, but I tested pretty good there. I think I got it. Okay. Let's go over to Quinz's laboratory. Every time I go to a new scene, I want to give a spoiler warning to whoever might be watching this. You're going to see some levels. If you are reading the dialogue that appears in the subtitles, you'll hear some story plot events. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this. I hear yard work noises outside. It's late. It's totally pitch black outside. Home security thing. I gotta go check out what the scene is around my house for a brief moment. like nothing. Alright. The stuff here was he keeps talking after you leave. Oh, no orphan stuff again. Okay. So this is going to be another case of me needing to replace Quinzo with his prefab. Let me be careful. Where was he at? Right there. Okay. It's this late in development. You gotta be very careful about what changes you make. Everything's been tested, you know, and make a lot of changes. Suddenly things you thought were gonna work don't work. Okay, that's that. I should fix him. Let's try this again. Alright, turn the... No, I don't want to turn the sound on. Okay, console. Cool. Oh, there is no interruption. Okay. Question is that a bad thing? Because he's pretty close to where she is. And he doesn't keep talking when he goes off to his laboratory. In some ways it's nicer that you can walk away from him and keep talking. And it's not that hard to get back to where he is. This might be a won't fix. Yeah, okay. But this other one though, let me check. This may need interruption. Okay. He did stop there. There was no excusal dialogue from M. She did not excuse herself. Okay, he didn't have much to say, so there's nothing to interrupt here. He's going through his loops of cajoling her. Okay, now he will have something to say after I go over here. And he'll keep talking. Now if I leave... Is that bad, though? Sleazy! It's been a while. Game's going great. I'm going to release in 29 days. Okay. I'm still thinking it's not a bad thing for them to keep talking. How's stuff going with you? A little bit. A little bit. But you know me, I'm pretty intense about things. Just thinking, does it matter to me that they keep talking when she's not in the same room with him? I don't think it does. The thing that'll make me decide... Oh yeah, sometimes it happens. It happens a lot, actually. But I mean, you know more about hackathons than me. It's probably happened to you a number of times. Maybe there was even some projects that you were the one that was getting babysat. Let's see. So Quinzo's. So the thing that will decide this for me is whether or not I have a spiel with interruption stuff. I do. There is something that could. That's an interesting problem. Yeah. So I think it's rare to find someone with high capabilities that's on the rise and hasn't made it yet. You think about you can say there's people that have made it or people that haven't made it. And by made it, I mean it's like they're like a professional programmer. They can do it for a living. So on the side of the wall where you haven't made it yet, you'll find a lot of people that are just kind of learning and trying and I don't even mean like made it like professional game developer. I just mean like a programmer mainly. Oh yeah. And then games that's the type of programming that attracts the people that say, wouldn't it be cool if this thing that I like to do for fun playing games, like I could be the person that makes the games, and they haven't gotten much further than that. So, yeah. And programming is much less forgiving of someone who doesn't stick to it than other disciplines that are fun things to do, like, say, art or stand-up comedy, or like it feels like in these other endeavors, a lot of times you can get a little bit away along the road to competence kind of quickly. Playing a guitar and stuff like that. Like you won't be good, but you'll like learn 4 chords on the guitar, and suddenly you can kind of piece together what sounds like songs. So yeah, you're in the perfect spot to find all kinds of unmotivated and unrealistic people. And what can you do? Like, you're not paying them money to bust ass on your project, so it's kind of that way. Is another selector working against you too? I hate to say it. You won't like it. You will not like it. But game jams. So But look, here's the thing. If you pick the venue of game jams, the people that are going to show up to them, like, hey, this is a quick fun thing I can do. This is just a little quick fun thing I can do, right? That's the mentality that's going to be more attracted to game jams. So that's another selector for the type of person that's maybe not going to be a great partner on a project. Whereas, say you had like an open source game that you'd been maintaining for 6 months or something like that, and the people that you invited to join it were not just going to be with you for a 3-day event. They're going to be with you on the project for an indefinite amount of time. Then you select for a different type of contributor at that point. So I don't know. Food for thought. But yeah, you're going to be awash in sort of people for a long time. And you need like such luck to find someone in that group of people who haven't made it. They're attracted to a fun activity that lasts a short amount of time and is also kind of buoyed by the social aspects of it. Yeah, it's like, it's not a good environment. Yeah. I don't know, man. I worked on this game for 4 years. I might get 400 people to play it. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll do better than that, but it'll be a slow build. It may not get to any place truly impressive, but you know, like the last game like this I made, tens of thousands of people played it eventually, not all at one time, or it would have been a super hit, but yeah. Alright, so what was I even doing? I was coming up with interruption logic, which I seem to have totally omitted out of this whole thing. Let me see if I've got any code that calls interrupt. Yeah. Okay, I do have some. Entered office. Active spill, not equal no, just interrupted. Okay, this is if you went into the lab. Okay. If you left the lab, though. So let's say that if can't please all the people all the time. That's how it goes. Just gotta make music I like and hope other people like it. Zone. And honestly, I can hear some of the flaws in the vocals, but I'm not going to re-record them. And so if I talk about the flaws that I can hear in the vocals and I'm not ready to replace them, which is a lot of work actually, then it's just all damage. It's all damage. Like there's no usefulness to making those comments. So in the singing performances, I can hear when a note's a little flat. I can hear when the timing's a bit off. But I'm not going to say anything about it unless I'm ready to swap out that vocalist or re-record with that vocalist. But in all honesty, I do have a few lessons from that. For the next round of recording vocals, there's things I'll do a little bit different. to just make sure it sounds real good. But some of the vocal performances I am real happy with, though. I think about 100% of them I like well enough to keep in the game, and then maybe 20% of them I still like them enough to keep in the game, but I'm like, I wish I had recorded that a little bit different. But I'm not going to say which ones and which parts. Okay, if old zone equals, what's it, lab? Yeah, lab. Then let's just interrupt. Active spiel. Interrupt. And do we have excuse lines? We do. Say next line. Active spiel equals null. Okay. So that's when I do have to test with sound. So if anyone's lurking and really doesn't want to know about story events on this level, it's probably a good time to drop off. If you don't care about spoilers, we're going to be cool. I've never liked early access because it felt like I was asking people to pay for something that wasn't done. And it also created like extra pressure for me to release something so that the early access people had it. Like, suppose I got cancer or some shit like that, and I had all these people that paid for early access. Yeah, not everything that's common is something I want to do, though. I just don't like the liability of early access, and because it just means like everyone is gonna be pissed off if for some reason you can't come through. Like a failed Kickstarter. But I'm gonna update the demo with the release. I've got this thing that's like a playtest, but it honestly it should just be a demo, but I have to tweak the Steam stuff to make it be a proper demo. Like right now you gotta do this request access thing and people get confused and think they have to be a play tester. Okay, audio comes on.
What was your name again?
M.
M. Glad to see you. Watch your step there. Come with me. I have to show you. Now that you're here, we can finally test it. Just stand on the invention.
Yeah, who is that guy? Is it Jeff Butler? Yeah, it's Jeff Butler.
Please stand atop it. Now, fling yourself west. It worked!
Yes.
What shall we call it? This new invention?
Stairs?
No.
Pardon me.
This is a construction we can place at specific locations.
You mean we
He's
build
still
this new
talking.
office spikes?
Why is he
Yes,
still talking?
But no,
Would you stop pacing?
a permanent thing, not part of.
So she excused herself and then he immediately started talking again. Okay. I set the active spill to null. Something else is going to set it. Okay, I set that to null. What is the thing that causes him to start talking again? It's going to be an on update, I think. Oh, I've got something here. Is M near Quinzo? Is near enough to hear. Oh, maybe... Oh, yeah. Go back and look at that old shit. Yeah, that was a long, long journey. You're right. Is near enough to hear. Quinzo. Is M near Quinzo? Oh, I already do have some code here. But how far did I say it has to be? Yeah. But yeah, I'm almost sad I deleted that level because now it's got like some kind of weird nostalgic feeling to me. I can picture the layout and everything. Feels like I can just go back and look at the YouTube videos if I really want to. 6. So if he's within 6 squares, that's close enough here. Oh no, if the height is within 6 and she's within 13 squares of him flat-wise, that's near enough to here. So that's probably that was my existing logic for interruptions. It's kind of better than what I had just put in just a moment ago. It feels like this is near enough to here, just needs maybe a little bit of tweaking. So just as a test, let me put it down. Let's put it down to 5. I just want to see. This is not good code. Let's take that out. Just want to see if it's working logically correctly, but it's just the distance is so far that once he gets inside the lab, she can go all the way over someplace else, and it's just too far, maybe. Let's see. This isn't a bad bug. It's like dubious if it's an actual bug, because I feel like in some ways it's good to give the player freedom to walk a fair distance away from the person talking and do other things while he's talking. I just want to make sure that logic actually works. That's why I shorten the distance here. Yeah. Got joystick support too now. I can use the controller.
What was your name again?
M.
M. Glad to see you.
You too, Quinzo.
Watch your step there. Come with me. I have to show you.
Show me what?
Now that you're here, we can finally test it. Just stand on the invention.
If I do a rumble, I'll tell you, I have to include a setting option and turn it off because rumble always irritates me.
Please stand atop it.
But I don't have a rumble right now. I could see doing it for like a drop.
The wooden stairs. Now fling yourself west. It worked!
Yeah.
Okay. So that code does work. Polite excuses loaded. Go. Now she's back.
What shall we call it? This new invention.
Did she excuse herself? Oh, she didn't excuse herself. But did interrupt him correctly.
This is a construction we can place at specific locations.
Okay, so that logic works. What's missing is the excuse me noises that she's supposed to make. I can see that with the blocks. The only thing is you're pushing blocks so much that to have a rumble on each one would be a little bit rough. So I'm going to put this back to 13. I'm going to look for the interruption code related to this. Okay, is M near Quinzo? It's going to be beneath here. Okay, well, this is where she should have said something. I don't know why she didn't. Oh, this is state entered office. Okay, if entered lab. Okay, so this probably just needs an excuse here. And here. Okay. Mixed with Doom? 2D Doom? With Dodgeball? That sounds intriguing. Oh wait, this already has excuses next line. Wait, did I just add 2 there or was there one already? Yeah, there was one there already. Okay. For some reason. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at handle lab test. I really should say what this Boolean value is. What is it? Okay, so if the lab's completed, the lab intro is completed, the zone's not lab, you say return false. Return false. When would I return true? When it's complete, I think. Invention part 2. Okay. Return true when the lab test is completed. Flying silver spikes. All right, buddy. Go make some doomy dodgeball or dodgy doom ball. So if I did not create a new bug with that excusing herself thing, I will call this fixed.
What was your name again?
M.
M. Glad to see you. Watch your step there. Now that you're here, we can finally test it. Just stand on the invention. Now, fling yourself west.
Pardon me.
It worked!
Yes.
What shall we call it? This new invention? This is a construction we can place at specific locations.
We put this in your spikes?
Yes,
Would you stop pacing?
a permanent thing, not part of the original design of a... If we find a way to move this object...
By pushing it?
But it's too heavy.
We could use oil.
Always with the oil. Are you an oil salesman? Wait a minute.
I don't know why she won't excuse, though. I haven't heard one excuse. Let me come back to this. Excuse lines. Polite speech. Where the fuck is it? Where's my say next line? Why is it not saying the next line? Is there some issue? Oh, are they polite lines? I just don't see anything related to the excuse lines. That's polite. Did I load in these polite lines? Are they here? Yeah, common. These common ones. These are the polite ones. Okay. So I see it all there. Let me see what happens. Okay. It's going to be easier to check this one. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here. Oh, I bet I know what happened. Interrupt has got something that will stop all speech, so I have to say the line after the interruption. That's almost certainly it. Put this down here. What, Elizabeth? Yep. What sounds good for dinner? Interrupt. Next line. I think that's it. I just have to put the order off there because I think interrupt is going to stop it. Let me just check and see if that idea is correct. Interrupt. Oh God, please stop. God damn it. Ugh! I hate it when I'm trying to think and somebody's trying to text me, even if it's somebody I love. Active spiel. God damn it. I cannot think when a whole bunch of shit's going on at the same time. And I do not know why active spiel is not coming up. Oh wait, there's more. No, come on. Well, this is bullshit. Alright, so I will go and find it the old-fashioned way. Scripts. Dialogue. Oh, it's not active spiel. I'm being stupid. It's spiel speech, okay. This is what happens when I start trying to do things too fast. Okay, so interrupt. Does it have a silence on? If it does, yes it does. Okay, so that is a reasonable explanation for why she was not excusing herself. And I can test it again. As soon as Unity builds. This is getting close to the end of the stream here, by the way. This will be the last low effort, moderate or medium impact bug. Okay, hit play. Let Unity load that shit. No cooking. Okay.
What was your name again?
M.
M! Watch your step there. Come with me. Now that you're here, we can finally test it. Just stand on the invention. Now, fling yourself west.
Pardon me.
It worked!
Yes.
What shall we call it? This new invention?
Stairs?
No. This is a construction we can place.
Please, excuse me. We put this in your spikes?
Yes, but no.
I'll be right back. One moment, please. Would you stop pacing?
A permanent thing, not part of...
Pardon me.
If we find a way to move this object...
By pushing it?
But it's too heavy.
We could use oil.
Always with the oil. Are you an oil salesman? Wait a minute. We use oil.
So it will slide.
Precisely.
Then we can push it. Please, excuse me.
Now, I work.
Great.
Okay, that fixes it. That's done. That's the session. I'm gonna attend to. I'm going to attend to dinner and evening stuff, and that will be it for tonight, at least on the stream. Fixed quite a few bugs. Let's put all these back in. How's this? Looks like it's still 2 pages. A little more than 2 pages. Well, I only fixed like 4 or 5 bugs. Alright, cool. Well, this is a good stopping point right here. So, for anyone who's still on, maybe lurking, maybe off doing something else, I will say goodnight to you. Appreciate you being here. Catch you later. Stop the stream!